the phone. Hello, hello. I'm dark. I'm sitting in the dark today, or I have a shadow on me. I can't decide what's going on here. Nobody's come live today, though, yet. It's because we're on time today. Hi, Roxy. How are you? Maybe if I turn this way, I won't be so... There we go. Can see me better now. Hi, Karen. Glad to see you joining us today. I feel like I'm doing a selfie. Like the phone in my hand instead of on the stand. We'll get it on the stand in just a few minutes. Can everybody hear me? I forgot to put my microphone on today. Yikes. I guess you can hear me. So if I need to get it, I will do that. But we've got some excitement going on in the store today. Steve and Dawn are setting up all the Berninas for tomorrow's event. I didn't turn the camera. You don't have to give me that face. It's still on me. Maybe I'll turn the camera. Now you can see them over there working. They're going to give you the face. So if you hear some noise in the background, it's because they are setting up. And everybody can hear me okay? Okay, great. I've got part of the microphone, but not the whole part. So that's terrific. We'll just keep the phone near my face today, apparently. So let's see. We've got about 50 of you. Hi, Claudia. You know, the other part of it is plugged in over there. So if you can find that. But I think everybody said they can hear just fine. So that's great. So I have a few announcements for you today. We are having our Bernina Long Arm event here in the Littleton store. That's tomorrow. We do have some room in the lecture part of the event if you'd like to come for that. And I believe that is in the afternoon. But our morning hands-on section is full. And then we are actually talking about April already. So I guess I need to flip my calendar to see what's going on next week. On Tuesday, we have another version of the Kimberbell Mystery Quilt. So the live will be in Thornton on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we do have Bernina Club. Yes, Patty, we do still have some Solaris trade-in machines. We can give you a call about that, or you can call after live and we can chat about that. So Wednesday we have Bernina Club. Patrick and I are doing another version of Bernina Club. We'll hope you join us. And let's see, on Thursday we have the Bernina Serger Block Party. I think we have a little bit more room in that class for people who already own a Bernina 890. So give us a call or give Thornton a call. That's going to be in the Thornton store. I will be up there teaching it with Kate. So give us Thornton a call and see if there's any more space in that. If you are interested in learning that, you are going to put a little like table topper quilt together on the serger. It's very, very cute. And then Saturday, the 5th, we have the Sip and Serge event from Baby Lock, and that is in the stores. It starts at 11. And I think we do have a little project at Make and Take for you to come in the store and make. So pretty busy couple of weeks here, this week and next week. Super busy with events. So we look forward to seeing everybody in the stores. Let's see, I do have a little winner for today, and this is one of the little Moda bags that I did on, oops, you can't see that because it's on me. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Let me turn the phone here. There we go. This is our little prize for today, a little zipper pouch. It's super cute. I really like this one. And this is going to Val Bridges. We haven't seen you in the store in ages, Val. So I hope you enjoy your little bag. We'll send that up to Thornton for you. And then, let's see, we do have a joke for you today. I found a new resource for jokes, so.
I think our guys need to listen up.
Joke.
This is a joke for, it's a guy joke actually, so it may be a dad joke, I don't know. It says, next time your wife is angry, drape a cape over her shoulders and say, now you're super angry. Maybe she'll laugh, maybe you'll die. Die. He says he's gonna die. Okay, and then it's Friday. We're having live in Littleton on a Friday again. Well, woohoo! Hey for us. Okay, so we have a Fab Five. Oh, I'm getting lots of laughs from the women. So they thought it was funny. The guys didn't think it was so funny. Okay, so we have Fab Five here today. So here's your best fabric deal of the week, right? Half a yard for $20, 5 different cuts of fabric. And so we've got some really fun. Val was here yesterday and she picked this out for me. Yay, Val. So we've got a really cute poppy cotton, actually. Little star print here with some green blender to go with it. And then some really pretty pink. And I've used this, let's see, I used it on something. I think I used it on my owl. So we got that pink, and then we've got a little bit of turquoise here, and then we've got the blue floral, and I think I used that in my last Biani project. So fun fabrics. So let us know if you want a Fab Five. Oh, and I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to get my manager specials today. So I guess we'll save those for next week. Okay, so today, let's see, let me make a little room here. We are going to get ready for April, since we're almost in April, and we're going to do our count on it April quilt, our little April quilt. And so for those of you who have purchased the year-round kits for this, I believe I've already sent those to you. So if you did not get it, let me know, but I was a little ahead of the game on making these kits. If you would like one, it's $8.99, and it will come with all of your trims, your extra wide rickrack and the smaller rickrack, and all of your fabrics, of course. So I've put mine together, just the backing together, so I've already sewed my little binding strips on here, and I'm going to put this in the phone holder now. So let's get this in here. Hopefully I won't drop you. Okay, perfect. I'm going to make a little bit of room over here on my desk so I can get this started for you. Oops, there went my scissor. Okay. So I'm going to put you over here, and I've got my pieces all cut out already, and I actually love this fabric of this Easter egg. It's kind of a vintage type of look here. So I've got my heat and bond on the back, so I'm going to place that on my backing piece here. Okay, I think you can see that, and I'm just going to lay that there. I'm not going to press it down quite yet, and then I'm going to get my other pieces So this is my bottom piece, and that's gonna go right in here. And then I'm just gonna tear my paper off of my applique pieces. And this piece goes right in here. Just put that there for now. I feel like I have an audience of these guys standing here watching me today. Thanks, Steve. I never get a clap from Don.
Come on, Don.
Go!
You missed.
He missed.
Have a good day, everybody. Bye.
He was talking to all of you. Okay, so that piece goes right in here. Let's shifted that a little bit. Okay, come on, I can get this lined up. There we go. And then I'm going to put my April in here. Okay, so there's my A. I'm having trouble peeling this P. There we go. That one's going to go right here, and it tucks under the A a little, just a little tiny bit. R is next. My thumb is working much better. I had a cortisone shot. I actually can use it again. And this R is going to set right here. Get my L next, because the L is going to tuck under the P a little bit. Where's the paper is just sticking to me like crazy. That's going to go right to there. Okay. I. It's going to tuck in right here. And you can use a button if you don't want to make the dot for the eye. That would actually be pretty cute to use a button right there instead of the dot. But I've got this cut, so I'll use this. Okay, now I'm just going to press all of this down. I like where it's all set. That's why I lay it out first before I start to iron anything down. Make sure I like where everything has set. I'm just going to press it all down. Of course, my iron was turned off, so it's not quite high enough yet. Did put a little bit of SF101 or fusible woven on the back just because of all of the decorative stitching. That'll just hold my fabric a little more firm when I do my decorative stitches. And I am going to be stitching on the Viking 97Q today, or 97Q. I really like this machine, and then next time I'm going to try to move to another machine. Okay, so we've got that all pressed down. I'm going to move you over here in front of the machine. And I am going to use embroidery threads to do my stitching today because it does give it such a nice shine and look on it. I am going to put my open toe foot on the machine. Anniversary event. So I had the phone tilted so I couldn't see your questions, but I can see them now. Anniversary event is going to be in October this year, although we don't have confirmed dates yet. So, but we are planning for October. So the first stitch that I'm going to do is going to be around my pink section. So I've got my open toe foot on here. So I'm going to come around this pink section, and I'm going to use a stitch that's really pretty cute. Let's see what color I'm going to use. I think I'll use, this is pretty bright. No, it's fine. I'll use this one. Yes, I will show you the Fab 5 again in just 1 second. Okay, this is what the Fab 5 looks like today. So really pretty, bright, cheerful, getting ready for spring colors. So here we are, and we are doing the April just in time Count On It tabletop quilt today. So the kit is $8.99 if you want to purchase one of those, and you do get all of the rickrack will come with the kit. So I am going to, let me get into my machine here. I'm going to use some of the decorative stitches on this wonderful machine today. And the first stitch that I'm going to use is in our B menu. So it's going to be in B. And you've got 3 different menus here, B1, B2, and B3. So I am going to stay in the B1 menu, and I'm using stitch number 10. Okay, I'm going to close this menu so we can actually see our stitch. And so that's what our stitch is going to look like. And remember, when we have on this machine, we do have the projection. So I'm going to turn my projection on, and we'll actually be able to see. I'm going to turn the grid off so we can see the stitch on our screen. So as I'm stitching this, I am going to keep, you can see that straight line, and then you can see the decorative stitch around it. I am going to stay on the edge of my fabric with the line, and that way the decorative stitch is going to be all around and perfectly centered right on that. Oops, it wants me to unattach the digital dual feed. Sorry about that. Got to do that earlier. Gonna get the little tail out of the way. So I'm keeping that projection line right on the edge of my fabric, and that will keep that stitch right where I want it to be. I forgot what I was going to say. And you can use any color threads that you like to use, and you could see that this pink looked a lot brighter than the pink in the fabric, but it's still going to blend beautifully. Okay. I'm not going to do the sides, because the sides I'm going to come around my egg. And then I'll just do the top piece of it. And you are all talking about snow. It is supposed to turn cold and rainy. Maybe not so cold that it will snow, but I think there is supposed to be a snow mix with the rain this Saturday night. Okay. So we are finished with that stitch. I'm going to trim my little threads off here, and then we're going to move down to our next stitch. So I didn't even, on this stitch, I did not adjust the stitch length or width. I just did it as is, but you certainly can do whatever you would like. So the next stitch I'm going to do, I'm going to come down and do the bottom of my the blue part of the egg. So I am going to do this in this turquoise color. So I'll get the machine threaded. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to close my projection for a minute. I'm going to come back to my stitch menu, and I'm going to go to menu D this time. So I'm going to scroll over to D, quilt stitches. And in quilt stitches, you have 4 different menus of stitches. I am going to 4D. And I'm going to do stitch number 8. I'm going to close this menu so we can see what our stitch looks like. So it's really kind of a loopy type of stitch, almost a scallop, but more on top of each other. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to turn my projection on, and it's gone on. I'm going to come back over, show you the stitch here. I hope you can see that. Just straighten this out a little bit. And what I actually want to do is mirror image this one. So let me get over here and mirror image this. So my loops are going to go inside my egg, not outside of my egg. Again, I'm going to line up that center line. No, I'm not. I'm going to change that a little bit. I want it on this edge. So I can actually move my, go back over here to projection, and I'm going to move my stitch line. No, I don't want that one. I'm going to go into the menu over here, and I can actually move. So it's going to say Stitch Line Guide 1, and I want to move it to the edge of my stitch right here. Okay, so I'm going to move the width. Not the width. I did make it a little wider. It's going to be a little bit easier to see. And then I'm moving it over to 3 to 4. And so now let's put that guideline right on the edge, and I'm going to put that right on the edge of my egg. And that will be my guide that I'm going to follow. This stitch does have a lot of movement in it. So I've been doing applique for quite some time, but if you have not and you have some problems staying on the edge of the fabric like this, then this is a great machine to use for it. And I do like using the open toe foot because I can actually see where my needle is hitting on my fabric. So that is a great piece to use. Okay, I'm coming up to the end. I want to do one more piece. Actually, I'm going to do one more. And stop right here. Okay, so that's pretty cute. Next, I'm going to do my yellow. So I'm going to get rid of my turquoise fabric now, or thread, but you certainly can do that in turquoise if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and turn my guide off for just a moment. And this time I'm going to come in, go back into stitch menu B, which is called crafting. And I'm going to stay in B1, but I'm going to go to stitch number 32. Cute. Close this up. Go back into my projection because now my stitch line needs to be moved back into the center. So I'll go to the guide and move that width, or not width, horizontally back to 0. And that will put it back in the center of this stitch. I'm going to get my gold thread. And I'm going to put this on the edge of my gold yellow fabrics. Again, I have not adjusted any of the stitch lengths or stitch widths. So, of course, if you do that, just think how many more options you have here. Okay, got a few threads I need to trim up. So let's get these out of here. Another one. Get that trimmed off. Okay. Let's see. The next thing I want to do is we're going to go around the outside of our egg. And the stitch I'm going to pick for that is going to be in our A menu. Let's turn this off. Go into our menu, A, and it's going to be an A2, and I'm picking just my blanket stitch. So just doing my regular hand look. It's called hand look applique stitch. Go back to our projection, and that's already on for us. I am going to change the stitch length and width on this one. So this one comes in at width of 2 and length of 2. I want to make this a little bit bigger. So the width I'm going to make up to about a 3. And I'm going to do the same with the length. Oops, plus, not minus. It just gives us a little bit more heavy look. And of course, now you can see I need to change my guideline again. So we'll go into Stitch Guide 1. We're going to move it horizontally. And I'm going to put it right at 1.5. And so now you can see it's right on the edge of my blanket stitch. I'll get my green thread. And we're just going to come around almost the entire egg. We're going to skip that bottom section where we did the turquoise. And I will use this same stitch for the lettering, but probably a little bit smaller. Let's thread this needle. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. We've already gone around the outside of the blue section, so I'm going to start right here. Oops. Get that thread out of the way. I like this blanket stitch because it is coming forward once, length once, and then it takes that width, the bite, just once. If you like a heavier blanket stitch, then you can find there's other blanket stitches in the machines that you can use. So you all know that all of your machines have lots of decorative stitches in it. So anybody can do these projects. Don't have to use the stitches that I've used. Use the stitches you like to use or want to use, or try out something new with your stitches. But these are great projects to play with some of your stitches, and you can always audition them, practice them on a practice piece of scrap fabric before you stitch them onto your project, your egg. Okay, done with that one. And that looks cute. And so now I'm going to put my rickrack on. So I'm going to do the large rickrack first. So I need to get a turquoise color again. I'm going to turn my projection off. I don't need it for that. Look how brighter the machine changes into. It needs to be a little darker when the projection is on, but as soon as you turn that off, your brightness comes back into play. We're going to go in here and go to our stitches. I'm just going to go to utility and A1, and stitch number 2. It's just a straight stitch, and I'm going to go get my rickrack. So I probably have my rickrack a little bit longer than it needs to be. I'm gonna kind of mold it. Let's see. It wants to go this way, so this must be the front. It's a little bit longer, so I'm gonna just lay it right in here for now. I kind of have a little bit of fraying on the end, but that's okay. We're gonna sew it on first, and then we'll trim it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm on the back side, I'm going to get a little bit of my Bianni 1/8 of an inch tape. I love this tape. You can use fabric glue or a glue stick if you want to. Anything that works for you. I like to hold my piece in place so it doesn't move on me. So this is the two-sided tape. So I put it on there, and then I'm going to peel the paper off of it. Okay, this is the hardest part of using this tape. Okay, get that out of here. And then we're going to put this on, and I want it to kind of turn with the shape of the egg. So I'm just going to put it on like this. Perfect. How easy is that? I'm going to get my turquoise thread again. Okay, and I'm just going to straight stitch this on. Now, if you want to go around the rickrack all the way around, feel free to do that. This is a wall hanging. It's not going to get used for me, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oops, wrong button. Scissor. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and trim this up a little bit because I don't like this edge. It's a little too far out. And I like to trim it, not ahead of time, because I want to try to keep all of those loose little fibers. Putting a little bit of your fray block or fray check or our fray away on there. I always forget the name of the new one. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to come into my satin stitch. So my satin stitch is going to be in C. And I've got a nice little satin stitch right here. And I'm going to put that right on the edge of that rickrack. Just going to grab all the ends of those fibers. Might want to use a little bit of your stylus right here. That grabs all those fibers. Okay. Okay, and then I can trim that up just a little bit more. I'm going to trim this side just a tad here. So get a couple of those loose fibers grabbed. And I'm going to satin stitch this side. Perfect. Come in and clean up just a few more of those little fibers that are sticking out there. I need a little sharper scissor. Do it on this side. Oops, my tape is stuck to my scissor. This always happens. Do goofy things like this. They always happen to me. Do they happen to you too? All right. So I do want to show you a little special technique. I do not have the, your kits will have the Rick Rack for the top of the egg. I don't have any Rick Rack that I liked to use on this sample one. So I thought, oh, well, let's do something a little special. So I went and got the cord foot. I have not used this one on the Viking yet. This one is called the 11 hole. I'm not going to use 11 different threads, but you could. That's why it has 11 different threads in it. And I'm going to get some of this, just this fun, colorful thread. And I did not practice this, ladies, so this is all new. We're going to cut a couple, probably 3 strips of this. Oh, I just lost my first one down on the floor. Let's get that up here. Okay, so I've got 3 different strips. This comes with a nice little, one of those old-fashioned kind of needle threaders. And so I think what you do is you come from the back, you stick it up one of these little holes. This is probably the hardest part. Which hole am I getting into? Okie doke. Let's try this from this side so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Then you're going to stick your cord through there and pull it to the back. Okay, so there's one. Let me get another one. Oops. There's 2. We've got some customers in the store and they're whispering. You really really don't have to whisper. We're not going to hear you over here. They're not paying any attention to me. Okay, let's put this last cord through here. Okay, put that aside. Now I'm going to take these cords that came through the back here, and I'm going to give them a little knot, just so they all stay together. All right. I'm going to pull that knot to the back. I'm going to put this foot on the machine. All right. And then I don't want to use turquoise on this turquoise thread. So let's get this turquoise out of here. I think I want to use a pretty pink. This is kind of a lavender pink. I have my needle, and then I'm going to come over here. Let's pick a cute stitch for this. Let's see what we want to do. This is too heavy in this menu. Let's come into the crafting. And we probably want something with some width to it, but we don't want to cover too much of our thread so we can see it. Let me see if there's anything in 2. No, those are too decorative. 3. you know what, I think I'm going to come back to 1 and I'm going to pick this stitch right here. Okay. Now I'm going to come back over here. I'm not going to put my, let's see, we need to get this thread out of the way. And I'm just kind of going to guess here on, we're going to start it right here on the edge of our, okay, and I'm just going to try to keep these 3 threads in order here. And I'm going to try to make a little bit of a curve to stay with our egg. I'm going to go ahead and put that projection on, just because we can. Okay. And we're going to stitch. I'm going to do this nice and slow. I can tell that my stitch is wide enough, so it is capturing all of my threads. That's what you want to be careful with. Now, you can, I wanted this soft because this is kind of a soft project. You can use any kinds of threads you want in the cording foot. You could use metallic threads. And then depending on what color thread you put on top, you can use invisible thread, you could use white thread, you could use a bright thread, and what stitch that you use, it's all going to give you different effects. Now, if I had been smart, I probably would have drawn a line on this with my friction pen before I started sewing, so I knew it was going to stay even in the middle of the top of my egg, but you know, this isn't a life or death project. Okay. I don't know why that's like that, but we'll go ahead and take this on out. And voila, I really like it. I think it's pretty dang cute. And so I'm just going to go ahead and cut off these edges. And what I should have done was done the applique over those edges so they would have been caught in, but I can certainly go back and do those. Could even do those with a little bit of that satin stitch. Cut those off there. And I like that. That makes it a little bit different, but it still adds dimension. Let's turn this off. Oops. Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So that really added some dimension to it, and it's pretty. I like it. Okay, so I have one more little surprise for you, and I've got my pink thread in. So if you have some decorative stitches that you think you're never going to use in your machine, this might be an opportunity to use it. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but since it's an egg, and it is for Easter, I put a little tiny bunny down in the bottom here. It's a stitch in the machine. I wanted to use that. So let me come find that little stitch for you, and we're going to put him right here. Let's see, that bunny is going to be, he's in F. It's called This and That. And he is number 2. Here's our little bunny. Look at all these cute little stitches. There's our bunny. There he is on our screen. So, of course, we only want one of him. So let me see if I can remember how to make one. I think I actually come over here, and after I start stitching him, I'm going to hit the stop, and it will stop after my first stitch. And let's see, he is going to go this way. We're going to stitch him this way. Okay, here we go. Here's his little cottontail. Cute, 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 cute. Perfect. So I hit my little stop button and it gave me one bunny. One bunny. That's all I wanted. All right. There's my little surprise bunny. So you could put a little button there or look for these fun stitches in your machine. That is sure fun. All right, so I will finish this up by doing my letters and trimming up just a little bit more and putting my backing face down on top of this piece, my batting on top of that, stitching around all the edges, leaving an opening and turning it right side out. So I hope you enjoyed the Count on It April version today. And towards the end of next month, we'll be making the May, and May is really fun. We're gonna put some crystals on that one. Ooh, it's so fun. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and we will see some of you in the store tomorrow, and others of you we will see next week. Thank you again for joining me. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.